Good afternoon. My name is Deborah O'Brien, and I'm excited to talk to you today about a system for developing habits that help you achieve desired outcomes. Now, I'm going to be sharing some ideas about how to create a useful framework for managing permanent behavioral change and tips for how to begin with a simple tool called microstepping. So, let's begin by defining what exactly is a habit. So it's a neural pathway that you're using often, and it leads to an automated behavior. These are things that we have no need to even think about because it's just habit. So, why do habits matter? Most of our actions that we do are just automatic. I mean, we are what we repeatedly do. Our habits shape our lives and our futures. So, learning to engineer habits will help you to learn how to engineer your life. So, the foundation of change begins with proper mindset. So, we need to know what is the purpose behind the habit. So, let's start by observing where you are right now. And then you need to orient yourself as to where you would like to be. So, for example, I observe that I'm feeling a little out of shape and I keep finding excuses for avoiding working out on a regular basis. I do a little research to orient myself on a healthy habit I would like to develop. I set my sights on 1 hour of morning yoga at home. Next, I'm going to define for myself the reason that I am making this change. So I'm going to create an overarching purpose statement for this. So for me, it's going to be to live a long and healthy, active life. And notice I didn't set an arbitrary and super specific goal like I want to lose 10 pounds. Why? Because this leads to things like yo yo dieting, where you lose 10 pounds and then you go back to the old habits and then you gain 15 pounds. Or you don't reach that super specific 10 pounds of weight loss fast enough, and then you get discouraged and then you just give up. So, we want a habit that will sustain us for a lifetime. Does that sound overwhelming? Not to worry, because we're going to break this down into the smallest, most implementable first steps. So, we're going to start to build lifelong habits by doing something called microstepping. So we've decided that 1 hour of morning yoga a day is a habit that we would really like to develop. Now we just need to act swiftly, decisively, and with consistent action, but not so fast. I am a master of procrastination. I have set this kind of goal up a million times and I still hit the snooze button. I get distracted. I come up with excuses and I just don't seem to follow through consistently. So, what is going to make this time any different? Microstepping it. So, I'm going to break it down into a portion of the full habit, which I've said is daily yoga, but that takes a ridiculously small amount of time, really itty bitty tiny, very little energy, something that will guarantee there is no reason or excuse that I could come up with that I would not be able to do this one thing every single day. So think of this micro habit as a cue or a signal that helps you establish your routine. And a cue can be anything, a person, an object, an emotional state, whatever. That cue triggers you into action, into habit. So my micro step is going to be that I am going to get up every day and I'm going to put workout clothes on first thing every morning. That's my tiny first step that will prompt the mindset of I am dressed and ready for exercise. So this small habit will help to focus, motivate, and energize me. So some days it might lead to me actually doing an hour of yoga. Some days I may just stretch for 15 minutes, or I might just sit and meditate. But I have built a habit of queuing myself up for an activity and having the mindset of building towards better health. And I am going to repeat that micro step every day. I'm going to get up, I'm going to put on my workout clothes, and I'm going to do that for a month straight. Now, with that, I've taken the first steps towards building a framework to actively manage permanent behavioral change in order to create my desired outcome, live a long, healthy, and active life. So once you start micro-stepping habits, systematically tackling growth challenges becomes far less intimidating, and it really builds a foundation that is required to really unleash major changes in your life.